Section 1. A Global Economic Earthquake. Written by Paul Krugman. The COVID-19 pandemic triggered an unprecedented global crisis. It shook the foundations of the world economy. Lockdowns and restrictions disrupted global supply chains. Businesses shut down, leading to widespread job losses and economic uncertainty. The pandemic's impact was swift and devastating, plunging the world into a recession. This economic earthquake was felt across all sectors. Tourism, a major industry for many countries, came to a standstill. International travel restrictions halted the movement of people and goods. The pandemic exposed the interconnectedness of the global economy, highlighting the need for collective action and international cooperation. The pandemic's economic consequences were further exacerbated by existing inequalities. Developing countries, already facing economic challenges, were hit particularly hard. The pandemic underscored the importance of building a more resilient and inclusive global economy, one that could withstand future shocks and ensure a more equitable distribution of wealth and resources. South Asia, a region characterized by rapid economic growth and development, found itself grappling with the pandemic's severe consequences. The region's economies, heavily reliant on sectors like tourism, manufacturing, and remittances, experienced significant disruptions. Lockdowns and restrictions led to massive job losses, particularly in the informal sector, pushing millions into poverty. The pandemic's impact on South Asia's informal sector, a significant source of employment, was particularly alarming. Millions of daily wage earners lost their livelihoods, exacerbating existing inequalities. The closure of schools and disruptions to healthcare systems further compounded the crisis, threatening to derail years of progress in human development. The pandemic highlighted the vulnerabilities of South Asia's economies, emphasizing the need for diversification and structural reforms. It underscored the importance of investing in social safety nets, strengthening healthcare systems, and promoting inclusive growth to mitigate the impact of future crises and build a more resilient future. Governments across South Asia responded swiftly to the pandemic's economic fallout, implementing a range of measures to cushion the blow. These included direct cash transfers to vulnerable households, food security programs, and loan guarantees for businesses struggling to stay afloat. Central banks played a crucial role in stabilizing financial markets. They injected liquidity, lowered interest rates, and implemented measures to ensure credit flow to businesses and individuals. The speed and scale of these interventions were unprecedented, demonstrating a commitment to mitigating the pandemic's economic damage. These immediate responses were crucial in providing relief and preventing a complete economic collapse. However, it became increasingly evident that short-term measures alone would not suffice. The pandemic's long-term consequences demanded a focus on sustainable recovery, structural reforms, and investments in key sectors like healthcare, education, and social protection. As the immediate crisis began to subside, the focus shifted towards long-term recovery and building a more resilient future for South Asia. This required addressing the pandemic's underlying causes, strengthening social safety nets, and investing in human capital. Investing in healthcare infrastructure emerged as a top priority. The pandemic exposed the fragility of healthcare systems, particularly in developing countries. Strengthening healthcare capacity, expanding access to quality healthcare, and investing in public health infrastructure became crucial to prevent future health crises and safeguard economic stability. Education and skill development emerged as key areas for investment. The pandemic disrupted education systems, widening existing inequalities. Investing in quality education, promoting digital literacy, and equipping the workforce with new skills became essential to adapt to the changing demands of the post-pandemic world. Section 5. A beacon of resilience, the University of Alabama's economic impact. While the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted economies worldwide, some institutions demonstrated remarkable resilience and played a crucial role in supporting economic recovery. The University of Alabama stands as a prime example of an institution that adapted to the challenges and continued to serve as a significant economic engine. Despite the pandemic's impact on higher education, UA maintained its commitment to academic excellence, research, and community engagement. The university implemented innovative solutions to ensure the continuity of education, transitioned to online learning platforms, and prioritized the health and safety of its students, faculty, and staff. UA's impact extends far beyond its academic contributions. As a major employer and economic driver in the state of Alabama, UA's operations, research activities, and student spending generate billions of dollars in economic output annually. The university's unwavering commitment to its mission during the pandemic helped mitigate the economic downturn and supported the state's recovery efforts. Section 6. Navigating the Global Recession and Recovery. The COVID-19 pandemic plunged the global economy into a recession, the depth and breadth of which were unparalleled in recent history. Governments and central banks responded with unprecedented fiscal and monetary stimulus measures to cushion the economic blow and support businesses and households struggling to stay afloat. As vaccines became available and restrictions gradually eased, economies began to rebound, albeit at varying paces. The recovery, however, has been uneven across sectors and regions. Some industries, like technology and e-commerce, experienced a surge in demand, while others, such as travel and hospitality, continued to struggle. This uneven recovery highlighted the need for targeted policies to support lagging sectors and address the pandemic's long-term economic consequences. Governments faced the challenge of balancing the need to support the recovery with the imperative to address long-standing structural issues, such as inequality and climate change. Section 7. Measuring the recovery key economic indicators. Economists and policymakers closely monitor various economic indicators to gauge the pace and strength of the recovery. These indicators provide insights into the health of different sectors and help policymakers make informed decisions about fiscal and monetary policies. Gross domestic product, or GDP, a measure of a country's total economic output, serves as a key indicator of overall economic activity. Employment figures, including the unemployment rate and job growth numbers, provide insights into the labor market's health. Consumer spending, a major driver of economic growth, is another closely watched indicator. Inflation, the rate at which prices for goods and services rise, has emerged as a significant concern in the post-pandemic world. Supply chain disruptions, strong consumer demand, and rising energy prices have all contributed to inflationary pressures, prompting central banks to raise interest rates to keep inflation in check. Section 8. The post-pandemic landscape, challenges and opportunities. The COVID-19 pandemic has reshaped the global economic landscape, accelerating existing trends and creating new challenges and opportunities. The shift towards digitalization and remote work, already underway before the pandemic, has intensified, transforming the nature of work and the skills needed to succeed in the 21st century workplace. The pandemic has also exposed vulnerabilities in global supply chains, highlighting the need for greater resilience and diversification. Businesses are re-evaluating their supply chain strategies, seeking to reduce their reliance on single suppliers and build in greater flexibility to withstand future shocks. The pandemic has underscored the importance of investing in public health infrastructure, expanding access to healthcare, and addressing social inequalities. Building a more resilient and equitable society requires addressing the root causes of vulnerability and ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Section 9. Building a more resilient and inclusive global economy. The COVID-19 pandemic has served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of the global economy and the importance of international cooperation. Addressing shared challenges such as pandemics, climate change, and economic inequality requires collective action and a commitment to multilateralism. Investing in education, healthcare, and social safety nets is crucial for building a more resilient and inclusive society. Providing everyone with the opportunity to reach their full potential is not only morally right, but also economically sound, as it leads to a more productive and prosperous society. The pandemic has also highlighted the need for greater economic diversification and innovation. Investing in research and development, supporting entrepreneurship, and promoting technological advancements are essential for creating new industries, jobs, and opportunities for growth.